So, although it's early in the year, I took some notes. So you're going to see me reading a little bit about this. Is Let's kind of compare. And it's February. I know I probably shouldn't date the time. We're mid February 2026. But there's so much going on in real estate and so much going on in the world and the economy. Let's kind of take a snap look at just some trends comparing 2026 to say this time in 2025 and just kind of where we're at. So I'm going to talk a little bit about single family homes first. And I'm talking about the Los Angeles County region, which is a big region, obviously. So we're talking about inner city. We're also talking about, the quote unquote suburbs, all of that. And the median price right now, countywide, low side 875, high side 895. That seems to be our medium range, which, believe it or not, it's slightly down year over year. So, and slightly meaning like 1%. Okay, like 1%. So it's not. It's pretty much. Might as well just say it's kind of flat. Um, we're really more like that 879 price right now, as far as a medium range in the areas. Closed sale volume, slightly up year over year in some of the reports. For example, 4,205 homes sold versus 4,135 homes prior year being sold. Most homes are, or more homes are closing. Prices, again, seem to be pretty stable. Uh, we're definitely not surging right now, and we're not falling off a cliff either. And I think that's great. You can see the days on market though. The days on market were generally around 56 days in 2025. Looks like we're more around the lines of 68 to 73, 74 days projected wise and from close up in 2026. So needless to say, the homes are taking a little bit longer to sell. Our inventory, though, and this is a good thing. Inventory is up approximately 20% year over year. Now, that's the reason why that's a good thing is that means that there are buyers that'll have um, more opportunities now. It means that the shift. If you were to call this market a buyer's market or a seller's market, I would tend, depending upon the exact location, that it's more balanced. It'll shift. It's been pretty much a seller's market for, in my opinion, the last 10 or 15 years. But it's more balanced, and that gives buyers some opportunities. Sellers still sell, taking longer to sell. But pricing though is it's still doing good, still doing well. Let's move. Let's talk about condos and townhomes a little bit. So pricing is a little bit softer in the condos and the townhome market than say the single family home. We're seeing uh, pending sales. They're moderate right now, but they're definitely slower, and the trend is slower than it was in 2025. We're seeing a much longer day on market time for most videos. Uh, Condos and townhomes are probably feeling the interest rate pressure the most. And a lot of that has to do with the HOAs, and other additional fees and costs in the condo and townhome market. So yeah, they're feeling it a little bit more. Talk about the multifamily homes, stuff under 4 units. Sales volume, uh, a lot of it has to do with whether or not it's in rent control areas, uh, different measures or different things that have gone on as far as legislation, um, higher interest rates, obviously. On the pricing side, the pricing seems to average around 355,000 a unit. So you got 3 units, okay, just to give you an idea. The cap rate seems to be hovering uh, right around 5%, right around 5% on the cap rate. Our deal flow, there were nearly 30,000 units done in 2025, and that was up from a lot of lows in 2023, which had a lot to do with prices rising because the inventory and what was closing. Um, the pricing now has softened. You're seeing more activity in this market than say this time last year, but the prices are definitely softer. As a matter of fact, if you really want to be honest and accurate in the multi-family market, you're not just looking at closed sales right now. You're looking at pendings, and you're looking at actives, and you're looking at how long they've been on the market. Vacancies are rising. Vacancies are rising because obviously people are struggling a little bit, so they're having difficulty paying. They're having difficulty paying the rents. The rents are high. The rents are high, and that's just par for the course. But we're seeing vacancies rise now. They're between 5.7 and 5.9% vacancies, which we weren't seeing that over the last couple of years. You almost were seeing 100% no vacancies at one point. The actual rental growth, it was kind of flat to negative as well, meaning you are seeing some rents come down. Now, needless to say, this is an overall, this is average. Are there still areas and still places the rent's going to, all of that? Of course. But average, when you compare all of the Los Angeles region, this is just what the data is showing. The deals are tighter. Cash deals are tighter. Buyers underwriting is more conservative. It's more conservative between the buyer and the financiers. They're starting to tighten up a little bit. Let's talk about pending sales and all of the residential. Pending sales stable, improving in some submarkets. Some of the areas you're seeing more pendings than others. That has to do with the whole location thing, and price range. Price point matters a lot in that. You are starting to see more buyers coming back into the market as interest rates have come down. They're not 2 or 3% anymore, because they were 7% a good portion of 2025. Most of the time right now, your interest rates are in the low sixes. I didn't see it, but I heard for a minute they dipped to 5.80. But depending upon your credit scores and all of that, et cetera, you should be able to get in the lower sixes right now, which is good. We're getting close to what's normally considered a sweet spot. We're still, the pace of pendings overall is still slower than it was when you go back to like 2022. And pre that space and that time, there aren't as many. But that's just where the market has been. And, homes are selling, condos are selling, multifamilies are selling, but you are seeing the deals take a little longer to come together sometime. Buyers are still buying, but they are cautious. You are seeing appraisals matter. You are definitely seeing physical inspections matter. You are seeing some things that actually traditionally are important, but the last couple of years, man, with everything being in a multiple offer, everything selling, they became non-issues, because if you were a buyer and you came back with a whole laundry list on your physical inspection, seller would just cancel and get the next buyer. That's the way it was. Appraisals, if the appraisal didn't come in, then the buyer was coming up with the money, if they could, to get the deal done, because they might not get another property. They might not get another offer accepted. So we're not seeing that right now. But I think that a lot of people were expecting the real estate market to drop like 20% and all of that. We're definitely not seeing that right now. There's just not enough inventory to do that. And that's what will really possibly affect pricing more than anything else, is if the inventory shifts, where there's just more homes for sale than there are people looking and willing to buy. Because at that particular point, people that really need and have to sell would kind of be forced to bring their prices down. All right, longer vid than I had planned on, but I really wanted to give you guys some information. I really wanted to kind kind of give you some insights of what I am seeing, along with some other people and some networks and things that I'm a part of. And I personally think that all this could shift on a dime, because there's just so much going on. There's so much noise. There's a lot of stuff, and we'll see. We'll see. All right, now, remember, no matter what you're going through in life, it's just a temporary condition, because things do change. But it truly is. It's a great life. And God bless you all.